to stay. Just stand and believe in the one who's powerful. My God does. Yes, He does. Yeah. I know He does. Oh, miracles. Say, flowing, blessings coming. My God does. Yes, He does. Yeah. I know He does. Anything can happen. Nothing's out of reach. Believe that God will do it. Get ready to receive miracles, signs, and wonders. We stand and agree. With God, all things are possible. God is all you need. Yeah. Blessings coming. Just stand. Yeah. I know that He does. Yes, He does. Yeah. I know He does. Oh, miracles. If you trust in me, believe in me, and I'll be there with you. Peace I give to you. Love I will pursue. If you trust in me, stay with me, and I'll be there with you. For I am God, I'll never leave you. I am God, never forsake you. I am God, I'll fight for you. I'll be there with you. For you are God, you're my Redeemer. You are God, you're my Sustainer. You are God, you're my Protector. He'll be there for you. He's God, my bright and morning star. He is God, Alpha and Omega. He is God, you're all powerful, and He'll be there for you, and you'll be there for me, and I'll be there for you.
I'll be there for you and you'll be there for me. Good afternoon, good evening, New Season. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning from wherever you are listening from or even watching on social media. So good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Thank you everyone so much for joining another episode of Yes with Yesse, courtesy here of New Season Gospel FM. Please take a moment, share the broadcast. I was going to say register, but you want to subscribe, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Facebook as well, all across social media platforms, New Season Gospel FM, so you don't miss a beat. It is Thursday, guys, Thursday, which means it's Friday Eve, right? Friday Eve. So we're going to go ahead and get started. It's going to be the start of an awesome weekend. I love weekends. I love every day. I think every day has its own thing, right? Its own blessing, its own homework, its own thing. And so every day is a good day. Every day that is given to us by God is a good day. Weekends are awesome. And so let's just, be mindful of what we do and what we fill it with and the thoughts that we fill it with and all that good stuff in order for us to have a good day. Because for as long as we're alive and we have breath, they are good days, right? They are good days. So hope everyone's having an awesome day and afternoon. Buenas tardes, buenos días, buenas noches. A quienes nos estén escuchando alrededor del mundo, vamos a tener una noche, una tarde bien latina en esta tarde con coritos, canciones, hymns. I believe they call them in the translation of coritos to hymns in English. So we're going to listen to a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and just talk a little bit this afternoon on Yes with Yesse. So good afternoon. Brother Keel, I see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. And I am also logged in across Facebook on Yesse Leva and Yes with Yesse, of course. So let's see. Sister Marcia, good evening. Thank you for joining. Always good to have you. Please, as you guys come in, please share the broadcast and let our family and friends know that we are here ready to go. We are here ready to go. We're going to go ahead and get started. I found this little gem. It's super short, but it's so cool. It's super short, but it's really fun to hear. So I'm just going to play it as my little background song for just about 30 seconds. No, for 30 seconds, a minute or so. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. So take a moment, share the broadcast, and we're going to go ahead and get started, talk about a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and of course, all things disability and inclusion and, all that good stuff. And now we're approaching the holidays. We are in the middle of the holidays. So many things going on. And what does that look like, right? What does that look like when we celebrate the holidays and Christmas dinners and Christmas Day and the believing, in Santa Claus? Some call it Santa Claus, some call it, different names. So, how old is too old to believe in all this good stuff? I think you're never too old. And I think that when we stop believing, that when we stop, having that innocent, faith in something, if you will, or believe in something like a Santa Claus, you start to lose that joy. And get into reality, right? The realities of life. So let's let our kids believe for as long as possible, please. As long as possible, because once they grow up and that innocence is gone, life continues for them, right? The big boy and big girl life continues for them. So I know for us, we're a family of 3 siblings, and we were always told, don't tell your younger sister there's no Santa, or don't tell her there's no tooth fairy, because we always wanted to tell her the whole truth and nothing but the truth, but we didn't, and therefore her innocence and believing and her joy lasted longer than it could have if we would have said something to her. So let's let our kiddos believe and live that joy. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, talk about a few things, some changes happening in the world of disability services and all this good stuff that, either we understand it or we don't, because it is that kind of complicated. But thank God I've been given, I've studied it and I get it, and I can help others, to better grasp it and understand it as well. So with that all being said, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are listening from. Buenas tardes, buenos días a todos que nos están escuchando. Vamos a hablar un poquito de temas que están pasando en nuestra comunidad, y hablaba de la inocencia de los niños, de los niños, ¿no? De no quitarle la inocencia tan temprano, que crean en Santa Claus, que crean en todo lo que le dé felicidad y contentura, ¿verdad? Porque ya una vez que crecen, it's over. Once they grow, it is over. So here we go with one of my favorites. I just found this not too long ago. Literally not too long ago, and I just like the beat to it. It's not too long, so let's enjoy it, and then we're gonna go jump into the next tune as we continue our conversation of this evening.
tan grande como tú. No lo hay, no lo hay, no hay Dios tan grande como tú. No lo hay, no lo hay. Ya, sabrosito. Alabaré, alabaré, alabaré a mi Señor. Alabaré, alabaré, alabaré a mi Señor. Juan vio el número de los redimidos y todos alababan al Señor. Unos cantaban, otros oraban y todos alababan al Señor. Alabaré, alabaré, alabaré a mi Señor. Alabaré, alabaré, alabaré a mi Señor. Juan vio el número de los redimidos y todos alababan al Señor. Unos cantaban, otros oraban y todos alababan al Señor. Si tú vienes a Cristo Jesús, Él te perdonará. Una mirada de fe, una mirada de fe es la que puede salvar al pecador. Una mirada de fe, una mirada de fe es la que puede salvar al pecador. Si tú vienes a Cristo Jesús, Él te perdonará. Porque una mirada de fe es la que puede salvar al pecador. Una mirada de fe, una mirada de fe es la que puede salvar al pecador. Una mirada de fe, una mirada de fe es la que puede salvar al pecador. Si tú vienes a Cristo Jesús, Él te perdonará. Porque una mirada de fe es la que puede salvar al pecador. Una mirada de fe, una mirada de fe es la que puede salvar al pecador. Una mirada de fe, una mirada de fe es la que puede salvar al pecador.
Franco Figueroa, that was a medley cumbia, Y cumbia viene de Colombia. It's a Colombian type of mix of different songs all mashed up together. Gospel mashup, cumbia medley. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And he was talking about how just a simple look, una mirada, right? A simple look can change a sinner. So it doesn't, we think it's so difficult to make a difference, to make a change, to make an impact, spiritually in somebody's life, and it's not. I've had conversations. I'm always trying to bring people of different abilities, disabilities, and all that good stuff to church, to New Season, and I talk to them a lot. And I hear that a lot. I sinned, I'm a sinner, or I am sin because I have a disability. And I'm like, no. And then we go into the whole topic of, how I learned that I myself was not sin because I have a disability. And they're like, oh, they open their eyes, la mirada, with a different perspective. And so that's what we have to work to do over and over again, no matter how many times it takes. To do that until that person, that individual, that family, that mom, that dad, that parent comes to Christ and just really just gives their all, no matter what, right? With that no matter what attitude, I'm going to do this. I'm going to come. I'm going to just embrace it. So yeah, that's our job. That is our job. That is our homework to do that every single day, just as somebody did for us, just like somebody did for me, at some point. So that is definitely our job and our homework. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about, it's called a disability inclusion imperative. Very interesting name, of course. Disability inclusion imperative. It's just really exactly what it says. It's different disability related statistical information, or facts, that is, that relate to disability inclusion and how imperative it is to be inclusive to be disability inclusive from different perspectives or different aspects of community and just life in general, right? And so specifically, though, this talks about how the outlook has improved on different areas of disability and how numbers have shifted like greatly over time. So, for example, I'll give you the first one, and then we'll go into another song. The first one says the outlook on disability employment is actually improving. That's one of my favorites, if you will, to advocate for, is the outlook on disability and the disability employment and how that is on the rise. Hiring individuals with disabilities to be gainfully employed with your regular wage, whether it's minimum wage or above minimum wage, those numbers have definitely improved. In fact, in July of 2018, 29% of working age individuals with disabilities were employed, versus now in 2023, July of 2023, the employment rate has increased by 37%. It has increased by 37% from a 29%. So that is like a 6% increase, which is great because that means that more individuals with disabilities are being employed. And in turn, hopefully, they're not only being employed, but they are being provided the resources, the information, and things that they need in order to be gainfully employed on a long-term basis. There are services out there, but unfortunately, for the main service that I'm familiar with, there's like these benchmarks, right? Like they have to reach this goal before they go to the next goal, or, a certain amount of days has to pass by before I can provide the second service to the individual. Unfortunately, a lot of the times they don't make it from the first benchmark to the second benchmark. So by them not making it to the second benchmark, that means that they are no longer employed, which means I no longer get paid as their job coach. So the fact that the employment rate increases is very good, especially for when we're doing this job as a job coach, to make sure that we as the worker also gets paid for providing a service to them, to the individual with a disability. And it's a win-win situation. Win-win situation, right? So the outlook has improved from a 29% in 2018 to a 37% now in 2023. And disability inclusion leaders outperform their industry peers. Leaders are more likely to outperform industry peers in productivity by 25%, which that was measured as revenue per employee. So the leaders are more likely to perform or to outperform industry peers, specifically disability inclusion leaders. Why is that? So basically, what I interpret that is saying is that the leaders, the people with disabilities that are in these specific positions, have a different level of performance, if you will, when it comes to this specific role. I think that is because we appreciate it more. All in all, yes, of course, you have to be qualified. You have to have the qualifications. You have to have the degree. You have to have the experience. But in addition to that, because it's never about, the free hand, right? You have to meet all the requirements. But in addition to that, I think that as individuals with disabilities, we understand firsthand what it's not to have a job, number one. And number two, what it is like to be denied or rejected from a job because of the disability that, is seen firsthand. The assumption that because we have this particular disability, we can't meet the needs of the job. And so we have a much bigger appreciation for that particular job because of our need for the job, because the need for the job. And because, again, it's so hard for us to find that job that will accommodate us according to the disability, or the perception a lot of times of that disability, that we tend to appreciate it more. We're more on time. We're more, prone to do the task that we are being asked to do, because we don't want to fail. We don't want to fail. We don't want to get let go, because it's like, it took me so long, or it took me so much work to get this job, that I need to keep it. Because if I lose it, I don't know what's going to happen next, or I don't know what's going to be my next job. So that's why statistically, as individuals with disabilities, we're more likely to keep the job on a longer basis, and perform more productively, in a more productive manner, because it is so hard for us to get it in the first place. I'll give you an example. A lot of individuals with disabilities are, have an agency. There's a very popular agency that is there to help us become employed and keep the employment. Okay? For me personally, I'm a part of this agency. I receive services from this agency for many years, yet they have never been the ones to find me the job. Any job that I've had has been, me finding the job, or word of mouth, somebody telling me that this job is opening and, hey, come on over, right? And it hasn't been many, because I'm a long-term person. I believe in working hard and, staying on the job long-term until I became a full-time entrepreneur. And so, it's not easy to get the help that we need to find that job, or to be given a job, if you will, from these particular agencies. So for me, it was, again, word of mouth, who I know, all of that, along with my qualifications to get that job. And not everybody can do that. I'm self-sufficient enough, independent enough to be able to do that, when I had to. But not everybody has that ability. So that's why it's so important to have these agencies work together with the individual and the support system to make sure that they are gainfully employed. Therefore, these numbers stay up and stay improving as it pertains to the long-term terminology of an individual with a disability staying on the job. So that's a lot. Good evening, Brother Darren. Good evening. Polaris clase, Andre, Isabela, todo el mundo por allá. Buenas noches. My family listening in from Chile. Good evening, good afternoon. I think it is over there evening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. So yeah, that's the story with that. Those are some statistical information as it pertains to employment and those with disabilities, as I do, as I dedicate myself to do on a day-to-day basis in providing services and so much more now. It's interesting to me how, you, in your mind, you're going to do one thing. In my mind, I'm going to do one thing, but God's like, no, now I need you to do something else. Now I need you to do this. But always keeping the focus of, the inclusion of individuals with disabilities in all aspects of life. And again, employment has always been a big one for me, because that is how my career started, in needing services and employment and all that good stuff.
Fighting for us. God is on our side. He has overcome. Yes, He has overcome. We will not be shaken. We will not be moved. Jesus, you are here, carrying our burdens, covering our shame. He has overcome. Yes, He has overcome. We will not be shaken. We will not be moved. Jesus, you are here. Oh, I will live. I will
por nosotros, a nuestro lado está, suya es la victoria, ha vencido ya, no nos detendremos, no nos moverá, Cristo estás aquí, lleva nuestras cargas, nos libra del mal, suya es la victoria, ha vencido ya, no nos detendremos, no nos moverá, Cristo estás aquí, viviré, no moriré, por el poder de su nombre, que vive en mí, soy libre al fin, solo en Jesús, viviré, no moriré, su nombre yo levantaré, declaro hoy que sano soy, solo en Jesús. Uy. Dios es por nosotros, vence las tinieblas, su reino establece, no será movido, en su nombre Cristo cae el enemigo, y yo lo gritaré, Dios es por nosotros, vence las tinieblas, su reino establece, no será movido, en su nombre Cristo cae el enemigo, y yo lo gritaré, Dímelo chino, dímelo papi, el que me dé la batalla con castigo. Hay poder en la sangre de Cristo. Hay poder en la sangre de Cristo. Hay poder en la sangre de Cristo. Hay poder en la sangre de Cristo.
Hay poder en la sangre de Cristo. There's power in the blood. There's power in the blood. So here's another one for you. Here is another one for you. There is a cultural challenge to inclusivity. There is a culture challenge to inclusivity, specifically inclusivity of individuals with disabilities. So the research is showing that 76% of employees with disabilities do not fully disclose their disabilities at work. And so this increases to 80% of the executives and their direct, in their direct reports. What they're reporting is that 80% of those people employed that have a disability do not disclose that they have a disability. And so that I don't know. I don't know about that. I have a hard time kind of wrapping that around my head, because I'm all about the inclusivity and the, you have to know yourself. You have to know your disability in order to get any kind of assistance or help. Therefore, your employer needs to know these needs that you have on the job in order for them to be able to, help you or provide these accommodations, right? And be prepared. You can't expect the employer to be prepared if you're not willing to disclose firsthand what it is that you need, what your need is, right? I try to look at it as, it's not like I'm telling you what my disability is because, I have to. It's because you need help. You need the accommodation, and that's okay. So, therefore, you have to disclose what your disability is. I remember just a couple of weeks ago, I did the inclusion and diversity roundtable discussion. That was the hot topic, that people don't want to disclose their disability. They're receiving these accommodations. So those, excuse me, those coworkers that don't have disabilities are like, what's happening? Why are they getting preferences? Because we're not talking about it openly on the job that, these are the needs. These are the disability. This is where I need help. It's okay. It's not weird. It's not, anything like that. It's a normal part of life. It's a normal part of life. It's a normal part of that person's day. That they need to finish or to complete the task at hand. So we, as the individual with a disability, we have to get to a point where we're comfortable talking about the disability, our own disability. Again, not from a negative perspective of, saying what we can't do or what we have difficulty with, more than it's about getting the help that you need to be the best version of yourself, to be successful the best way that you can and that you have the ability to be. And it's not to say that the employer is going to solve everything, but at least they'll be able to reach out, to whoever they need to reach out to provide these accommodations to you. And they would be able to say, okay, if I, as the employer, have to provide these accommodations, how is this going to benefit me? Not only how is it going to benefit you as the employee, but how is it going to benefit that person as the employer, depending on the size of the company and so on and so forth. So there's so much to look at. There's so many different aspects to look at that it benefits both sides to be open and direct about what your needs are, what your disability is, whatever you want to call it, however you want to look at it. I'm not a fan of, the different words, special needs and so on. It's a disability. What accommodations do you need to help the employer make you the best version of yourself, the best employee that he or she can help you be, And so I think it's very important that we open our minds and our eyes to that and realize that we'll be more successful once we are willing to be more open or disguise, if you will, disguise our disability and whatever that need is. And I want to say, and I'll talk about it a little bit more a little bit later. That's the same way, or it goes the same for parents and for individuals ourselves. Again, when we are wanting to receive a service, when we want to receive a service, when we want to be included in something, when we want to be included, with your general population, if you will, it is equally important for you to tell that person, that company, that store, that academy, that school, what your needs are, what your child's needs are, for them to better, include and assist and service you or your child. It's equally important to do that. So I'll talk about it a little bit later, but I wanted to say that because that is equally important as, asking for accommodation, or whether it's on the job or at school. It goes the same for community related activities as well. And sometimes we don't think about it that way because it's not a thing, or at least we think it's not a thing, but it is. It definitely is. Hi, Tiago. How are you? Gracias. Isabella. Hi, how are you? My cousin's over there practicing. See you guys soon. Here we go before we start to or continue to talk about tonight's topic. We're going to keep going.
Oh, yeah. Hallelujah. You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship Say Waymaker.
Miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are.
Come on, lift your voice and say that. Waymaker.
Miracle work,
A promise keeper.
light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are.
Say that is who you are.
That is who you are.
Say that is who you are.
That is who you are.
And that is who you are. And that is who you are.
That is who you are.
Waymaker, miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Come on and say that.
When I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working.
You never stop working. You never stop working. Come on, lift your voice.
When I don't see it, you're working. When I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working.
Even when I don't see it, you're working. Oh,
Never stop working. Never stop.
sing Waymaker,
Miracle work,
promise keep, light in the darkness, my God.
that is who you are.
Sing Waymaker,
Miracle work,
promise keeper.
light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are.
Come on, sing that one more time. Say,
Miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness, my God,
and that is who you are. Sing Waymaker,
miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you
come on, sing that one last time. Light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Hallelujah. Oh, thank you, Lord. We praise you, Jesus. Yeah.
Yes, we praise you, Lord. That music makes me happy. Music is joy. Music is joy. And as I'm hearing that awesome music and just the sound of the instruments reminded me of our gala over the weekend. Last Saturday was awesome to benefit our children in Kenya. It was beautiful. The violinist, like I love hearing him play. Second time for me hearing him play live. So awesome performances by both gentlemen, and thank you everybody that came out and supported. It's awesome. It brings me joy that we can do that that we can come together and plan as we did, and for the better of our community, for the better of our people, for the better of the kids more than anything. So I'm looking forward to so much more to come in the future, to community, right? It's all about community and what we can do for each other and for those that need it most, more than anything in the world. So it was exciting. It was beautiful. And I look forward to what is to come. So as we were talking before I played that song, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit more about as providers of different, entities, whether it's community related, I don't know, programs, schools, daycares. Daycares is a big one, or anything at all. Anything at all. I think it's important that we do not feel. Do we have a responsibility to serve all people? Yes. Including those with disabilities. Yes, we have a responsibility to do so. One, because it's legal, it's the law. It's a part of the law and the Americans with Disabilities Act that we all get services. However, I think that it is important that you yourself as a business owner, even for me as a provider for individuals with disabilities, it is important that you kind of make that determination as to where you can serve individuals with disabilities the right way. And the same way, determine, okay, you know what? Once we get to this point, or once the individual gets to a point of, the behaviors or whatever the case might be, then sorry, I can't serve you anymore. Of course, we don't say it that way, but it's important to know where to draw that line where you're not putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation, whether it's liability wise or just the fact that you can't service that child or that individual or that adult the way that they deserve. And it is that simple. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to express that without, making somebody feel bad, or without thinking that they're going to feel bad, because if they have an understanding and they have they're knowledgeable of their situation or their child's situation or their adult situation, they're going to understand where you're coming from. What I would recommend, though, is while you're having that conversation, one, it's definitely okay to have that open conversation. Two, of course, there's a way to have that conversation or a way not to have that conversation. And three, also maybe providing resources, or say, hey, I can't, serve you in ABC, but here, maybe this particular company or organization or person can do for you, or whatever it is that you need to meet your needs or your child's needs. So having that sense of a recommendation and not feeling obligated. I think that as a society, including myself, as a society, we might put too much pressure on different entities or organizations or companies that maybe are not equipped to service individuals with disabilities. We might be guilty of saying, well, you have to serve them. You have to be inclusive. Well, yeah, you do. But again, to the point that you have the ability to do so, and where you're comfortable, right? Like, why put yourself at risk or be uncomfortable or whatever the case? Is it really worth it? I can't believe I'm saying that, but is it really worth it to put yourself in that position, or that individual in that position where it's not a comfortable situation anymore, and it's just kind of messy, and it's just like, it's just because type of thing. So, have some clarity in where to draw the line, and making sure that there's respect all the way around, that you are still being inclusive, where it fits best. Right? Where the shoe fits best, that's where we need to stay focused on being inclusive and open to serving the different people with different kinds of disabilities. I was saying, even for me as a service provider, I don't service everybody. I can't. I don't know how to. I don't know how to service, people, for example, that are on the autism spectrum, that have severe autism. That's not my forte. That's not my strength. Or, I don't know, severe mental health, severe autism, even severe disabilities sometimes, whether they're severe physical disabilities. There's some that I don't know how to serve. I don't know how to help them, and that's okay, because they're not for me, right? There's a bunch of providers. There's a lot of people that help, all these people in general. So I know that it's important that I stay in my lane, and that I don't say to somebody, oh yeah, I'll help you, when I really can't, because I don't know how to. Or for me, I like to relate to the family or the client. I can't relate to the need. So I can't help you. I can't help you, but I'll find somebody that can. That's my defense. I can't help you, but I will find somebody that can. And that a lot of times saves the day when I cannot provide a service to a particular family or, child or person. So it's okay to say no. It's okay to redirect to a different service provider or, provider of whatever it is that they came to you for that will better meet their needs in the present time and in turn in the future. It's okay to say, I don't think this is a good fit for you or for the child or from whomever. And again, providing other opportunities of choices, other choices where they can go for that particular service. And I with that being said, I wanted to say this. I'm very passionate about it because I think it's important that as parents, caregivers, aunts, uncles, nurses, whatever the case is, because every family dynamic is different, it is very important. It is imperative that you are conscious, like realistically speaking, conscious of that child or that individual's ability or disability. It's important that you know what the disability is, and it's important that you really truly know what that individual's, a talent is. What can they really do? Not what do you want them to do or what level do you want them to be in? What can they really do? Okay, I work at a particular center a couple days a week, and there's all disabilities, all different levels of disabilities. And I have two specifically that come to mind that want to do everything. They are like they're like my shadows. They want to do everything, but they can't. They cannot do what they're asking me to help them do. Or, even it's not even in the center, but they're asking me to do things with them like outside of the center. And I know that they can't do it. And it's okay because it's not for them. Again, this is me now, but a little while ago, I wouldn't have said that. And it's okay that they can't do these things. However, it's imperative that they realize it for themselves, that they can't do what they're asking me to do, and that we have to work to kind of rediscover their abilities and redirect them to something that they can do, not what they can't do. And that is a parent's responsibility as well. That definitely falls in the parent's responsibility or the caregiver's responsibility to make sure that that individual, regardless of the age, especially going into adulthood, are 110% aware of their ability, what they can do, and equally aware of what they cannot do. Because if they're telling me that they want to do something that I know for a fact that they can't do, it makes my job that much harder as a provider for services, and it makes that job that much harder for anybody outside in the community trying to provide a service that you're asking them to do, paying them to do, when it's not possible. I'm not one that's going to be like, okay, I'll help you. I'll provide my services to you, so you pay me when I'm not seeing the result, a positive result. I can't do that. Like, we have to be working for a reason, for a purpose, all of that stuff, and getting something done, like for real, getting something done. So let's not waste anybody's time, for a lack of a better word. Create your community, create your community based on your child's abilities and skills and talents, realistically. And if you don't know, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay for, to have evaluations done. It's okay to get all that done to better help that individual, child, teenager, or adult. And during these times, what I'm learning is, I know it, but it's kind of hard to realize. There's a lot of parents out there that literally don't know where to go for help. There's a lot of families that don't know where to call for help, don't know where to go. And I'm doing something for the kids now during the holidays, where I'm getting a lot of calls, several calls in very recent times. And they're like, are you doing XYZ? I'm like, yes. And my first question is, does your child have a disability? And they're like, yes. And they'll tell me, and then they'll be like, but I'm going through this situation. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to ask for help, etc. I'm like, oh, hopefully you've hit the right place. So they are now reaching me, like I like to say, by accident, on purpose, for another project that I'm working on. So working on that project, at the same time getting these clients that, again, had no idea where to call until they found me literally by accident. So all that to say, that it's imperative that we are open about whatever the disability is, or open about getting help. Parents, families, getting help. If you don't get help, no one is going to be able to help you. Therefore, nothing is going to change. And asking for help is not a bad thing. I mean, now knowing what I know, if I could put it on a billboard, like it's okay to ask for help, I probably would. Because it's important that we do ask for help. Otherwise, we're not going to get it. And we're going to stay in the same spot forever and ever. We don't want to do that. So make sure you ask for help. Make sure you know that it is definitely okay to ask for help, no matter what. And get involved in community. Get involved in community with other parents and members of the community and church and organizations and all that good stuff, so that you know what is out there. You don't know what you don't know, but it's important that you find it. You don't know what you don't know, but it's important that you find it. Once you find it, life is a lot better.
Mi alma, gozo en mi alma, gozo en mi alma y en mi ser. Son como ríos de agua viva, ríos de agua viva, ríos de agua viva en mi ser. Vamos, Travi. Yo siento gozo en mi alma. ¿Dónde? Gozo en mi alma. ¿Dónde? Gozo en mi alma y en mi ser. ¿Y cómo son? Son como ríos de agua viva, ríos de agua viva, ríos de agua viva en mi ser. Yo estoy aquí. Cristo me envió para decirte lo que me dio.
¿Y qué te dio?
Me dio la paz.
¿Te dio la paz?
Me dio el amor.
¿Te dio el amor?
Y con su espíritu me bautizó. Yo tengo gozo en mi alma.
¿Dónde?
Gozo en mi alma.
¿Dónde?
Gozo en mi alma y en mi ser.
¿Y cómo son?
Son como ríos de agua viva, ríos de agua viva, ríos de agua viva en mi ser. Alabaré,
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 alabaré a mi Señor. Alabaré,
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 alabaré.
alabaré a mi Señor. Juan vio el número de los redimidos y todos alababan al Señor. Unos cantaban, otros oraban, pero todos alababan al Señor. Hay poder, sin igual poder en Jesús, que murió y resucitó. Hay poder, sin igual poder en la sangre que Él vertió.
Sube.
Hay poder, sin igual poder en Jesús, que murió y resucitó. Hay poder, sin igual poder en la sangre que Él vertió. En la sangre que Él vertió. En la sangre que Él vertió.
Tiene poder para salvar tu alma, poder para traer la calma, poder que solo recibe todo aquel que entrega su alma. Tiene poder para enfermedades, poder que vence temores, poder que viene del cielo, somos más que vencedores. El nombre de Cristo tiene poder, la sangre de Cristo tiene poder, tu vida transforma con su poder, el miedo se va con su poder. El nombre de Cristo tiene poder, la sangre de Cristo tiene poder, el nombre de Cristo tiene poder, la sangre de Cristo tiene
No
poder.
hay Dios tan grande como tú.
No lo hay, no lo hay.
No lo hay.
No lo hay, no lo hay.
No lo hay.
No lo hay, no lo hay.
No hay Dios tan grande como tú.
No lo hay, no lo hay.
No lo hay.
No lo hay, no lo hay.
No lo hay.
No lo hay.
No hay Dios que pueda hacer las obras como las que haces tú. No hay Dios que pueda hacer las obras como las que haces tú. No es con espada ni con ejércitos, mas con su Santo Espíritu. No es con espada ni con ejércitos, mas con su Santo Espíritu. Y esos montes se moverán, y esos montes se moverán, y esos montes se moverán, mas con su Santo Espíritu. He decidido
decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. I know that one. No turning back. I love that song. Esos son los coritos en flow. Awesome coritos de flow. So yes, guys, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. By the way, for those of you out there that receive SSI, I want you to know Social Security income, SSI, supplementary security income. I want you to know that you're getting 2 checks. Apparently, you're getting 2 checks, December 1st, which you should have already gotten, and then again by the end of December 29th or so. So blessings to you for getting 2 checks. That's good to know. And that's only because there has been a cost of living increase, change and increase on the SSI. So you're going to be receiving another one on the 29th, and you already received one on the 1st of December. Many of us don't have that luxury. So very, very, very good. Very good. Very good. So that'll help for the holidays. That's for sure. That is going to be very, very helpful for the holidays and Christmas. Thank you so much, everyone that joins tonight on Yes with Yesse. Brother Dwayne, I saw you. I see you. Good night to you and everybody there at home. We miss you all as well. Look forward to seeing you very, very soon. It was amazing to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. Sister Mina, I saw you. Mija, thank you for joining. Sister Marcia, thank you so much for joining and interacting. You're awesome as always. And everybody else there on social media, all the way across, even from Chile. We have people from all around the world, and that is the awesome thing about New Season Gospel FM. All around the world, we are global, and how awesome it is to be able to talk about these things and know that it's from a global perspective, right? I always say that disability doesn't discriminate. Disability doesn't pick and choose, who it hits, for lack of a better word. So why should we? Why should we? I will definitely continue on that mindset, that why should we? Disability doesn't discriminate, so why should we? And I will continue to serve anyone and everyone, no matter what the need is, right? Because that's what we do. That's who we are. And yeah, so thank you so much for joining Yes with Yesse. We look forward to seeing you on the rest of the programming taking place tomorrow. Tomorrow is Fun Friday. Tomorrow's Fun Friday, so join us for In His Presence prayer time first thing in the morning with Pastor Henry. And then, of course, Pastor Henry joins Pastor Steve for Fun Friday, or as I like to call it, Fun Friday. Always fun times on New Season Gospel FM. So join us then. And then I look forward to seeing you guys, of course, on Sunday for service at 11 a.m. But before that, prayer time with Minister Yesse tomorrow at noon. And then Saturday, prayer time with Sister Audette first thing in the early afternoon as well. So we always have something for everyone. Every day we have something. And then, of course, then Sunday we'll see you back here for church time at 11 a.m. If you don't have a church home, join us. I encourage you to join us. New Season Worship Center. We're located at 4660 North University Drive, Lauderhill, Florida, 33351. And of course, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Facebook and join us there as well. New Season Gospel FM across the board, Facebook and YouTube. And you'll see us there. And of course, subscribe to New Season Worship Center so that you can join us on Sunday for church as well. New Season Worship Center. So again, thank you. Thank you for joining, for always being supportive and joining all of our programmings. And I want to invite you to support your favorite, your number one gospel station, New Season Gospel FM. Support. Ways to give are rolling across the screen. If you need that information though, Cash App $ New Season WC. Cell is 954-536-1821. You can go on newseasonfm.com and you can give via PayPal as well. And PayPal is the Word Music 47. Word Music 47 email. You guys have it and it's rolling across your screen right now. And so don't miss out. Thank you for your support. We're here. We wouldn't be able to do it without you. So make sure you support. And we will look forward to seeing you again in our regular programming. And of course, we will see you on Sunday. So until then, please share the broadcast. Let others know that we are here. And we're here for you guys to entertain, to inform, everything. So thank you guys so much for your support and for joining. And to take me out of here, I'll play one more for you. And I will see you, God's willing, next week, Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on another episode of Yes with Yesse.
Destrozado como nunca antes y tu vida está rota en mil pedazos, qué dolor, y las palabras no importan ya cuando este mundo te trata mal y piensas que nunca serás el mismo de antes otra vez.